Hello and good morning, students. Welcome to the online lecture series of SDSM College Palghar. I am here to discuss about the new chapter, weather and climate. So, let's see the various subtopics of same topic, weather and climate. Today we are going to discuss about the definitions of weather and climate. Secondly, we discuss the weather elements and their effects on the crop growth. We heard about the various news in paper and television. So there are the various cropping seasons occurs in Maharashtra region as well as some other states of the India. We don't know the actually the difference between weather and the climate, which department or the meteorology department work and what are the function in their role, and the meteorology how they are helping to the agrometeorology and the atmospheric level. So here we are going to discuss how it works. We hear about the weather and the climate all the time. Most of us check the local weather forecast to plan our days, and the climate change is certainly a hot topic in the news. There is, however, still a lot of confusion over the difference between these two, weather and climate. Think about this way, and the climate is what we expect, or weather is what we get. Weather is what you see outside on any particular day. So, example, it may 75 degrees and sunny, or it could be a cloudy day, and certainly it falls around 20 degrees centigrade in the region of some part of India like a northern India. So that change, it is known as the weather. It is fluctuating, or it may change day by day, but the climate is the average of that weather. For example, you can expect snow in the northern area of India. So in January it is for be a hot or humid, but in humid and very much hot in the southern region in about March to July. This is a climate. This climate is record also include extreme values such as the record high temperature or the record amounts of the rainfall during the rainy season. If you have heard about the local weather, the person will say, today we hit a record, a high for this day, or she or he is talking about the climate records. So we are taking about the climate change, and we are talking about the change in a longer time or long term average in a daily weather. In most of the places, weather can be changed from minute to minute, hour to hour, day to day, season to season. But climate, however, is the average of weather over the time. It will take much more longer time and the space. So we can define a weather. So weather is the condition of a atmosphere at a particular place over a short period of time. Secondly, we can define as it refers to a everyday change in a favorable atmosphere at the given place and a given time. Thirdly, we can say weather pertains to a smaller area like a village, city, even in a district, and the smaller duration of the time, that is a part of a day. Example, a rainy day, hot day, cloudy weather, etc. So it always differs from time to time and day to day life. So climate can be defined as climate pertains to a average weather condition over a period of time or a season. It may be longer to 2 to 3 months. So climate is the weather condition related to the longer period like a month, season or a year. So it described by a normal and average. So example is cold season, tropical, subtropical climate, and it is a more or less stable and differs from a region to region or a country to country. We know that the earth has a thick layer of air called as a atmosphere. It is a colorless, tasteless, odorless mixture of the gases that surrounds the earth atmosphere. The atmosphere is present within a height about 32 kilometers from earth's surface. It may be composed of various air. So according to the NASA, the major gases are found in the atmospheric level. It is the first is 70% of a nitrogen, 21% of oxygen, 0.03% of a carbon dioxide, and 0.93% it's the argon. Let's see the weather elements and their effect on crop growths. First, it is the temperature. Temperature is the degree of hotness and coldness of a substance. Solar radiation is the main source of heat energy through which the atmosphere is indirectly heated up. The rotation of Earth causes the changes in temperature during a day and night. Temperature is measured by thermometer calibrated in a scale of Celsius, Fahrenheit, and Kelvin. Let's see the effects of temperature. Temperature has a great influence on the existence of plants. Each plant species has a maximum and minimum limit of temperature for the growth. Optimum temperature is essential for the better growth and development of plants. Most of the plants makes their best growth and development between 7 degrees centigrade to 32 degrees centigrade. Optimum temperature is necessary for the seed germination, vegetative growth, flowering, fruiting, maturity and higher yield. Photosynthesis and respiration rate increases in a high temperature. It also reduces sugar content, increases water requirements. Low growth temperature causes the chilling and freezing injuries to the plant. Let's see the rainfall. Rainfall is the precipitation in the form of liquid drops larger than 0.5 millimeter in diameter falling on earth. Ordinary rain drops varies from the 0.5 to 4 millimeter in the diameter. Let's see the effect of rainfall. Rainfall has a beneficial as well as the harmful effect on crop growths. It is the main source of water for the plant growth. Water performs number of the vital function in crop growth. Quantity of the rainfall, it is not important, but it is even distribution increases crop yields. Rainfall pattern determines the cropping system, and it is reduces salt, maintains the pH and the nutrient availability. Heavy and the excess rain results in the flood and waterlogging condition in the field area. Flood causes the soil erosion and damages to the crop on river banks. Waterlogging affects soil aeration and root function. Heavy rain affects pollination and fertilization. Long dry spells affect growth and yield of crops. Heavy and the continuous rains during the harvesting period results the prolonged harvesting time. There may be a moldy grain formation on a ear head, which reduces the quality of entire production of the crops. Let's see sunlight or the solar radiation. Sun is the prime source of energy injected into our atmosphere. Solar radiation is received in the form of the electromagnetic waves. It consists of a stream of a flow of particles. These particles are called as a quanta and photons. Let's see the effects of sunlight. Growth of crop is favored by the sufficient sunlight and retarded by the lack of sunlight. quantity during or the duration and the intensity of a solar radiation influences plant development and the plant processes. It is necessary for the photosynthesis, the process in which the green plant prepare their own food, and the life process of a many plant is influenced by the length of day, which is called as a photoperiodism. On the basis of the photoperiodic requirement for the flowering plants are classified as a short day plant and the long day plants. The day neutral have no effect on the sunlight. Red and blue color light stimulates the plant growth flowering, while green light has a minimum effect. Insufficient light produces the weak plant which are susceptible to diseases. Humidity. The humidity refers to the water vapor content of the atmosphere. Liquid water is converted into water vapors by evaporation. The amount of water vapors in the atmosphere depends upon wind and at temperature. Humidity are the two types. First, specific humidity or the relative humidity. It means weight of water vapors per unit weight of a air. It includes the water vapors. Second, absolute humidity. It is actual quantity of water vapors by weight percent in a given volume of air. Let's see the effect of humidity. Relative humidity directly influences water relation of a plant and affect the crop growth. High humidity reduces transpiration, evaporation, loss of water from the soil. Low humidity increases the water requirement of the crop and affect crop growth and yield of crop. Atmospheric humidity affects the pollination, photosynthesis, flowering, fruiting, etc. It also affects the leaf enlargement is a more in humid condition. High humidity increases the attack of pest and diseases in various level. Now let's see the wind. Wind is a horizontal flow of gases from a high pressure area to a low pressure area. The natural movement of air, especially in the form of current air blowing from a particular direction or the region. Let's see the effect of wind. Wind increases the crop water requirement by increasing evaporation. It is also useful for the pollination in cross-pollinated crops. It helps to increase the supply of carbon dioxide for the photosynthesis. Wind alters the balance of hormones. Wind helps in winnowing operation. Tall crops during the high end wind velocity lodge, which adversely affect quantity as well as the quality of crop yield. It also causes shedding of flowering and the fruiting, damages shoot, increases rate of evaporation, transpiration, reduces soil moisture and causes the soil erosion. Let's see dew. Dew is a water in the form of droplets that appears on the something in the morning or evening due to condensation. The temperature at which the condensation occurs, it is called a dew point. It is the form of direct condensation of water vapors in the liquid form. It occurs on a grass cover, leaves, metallic surface, paper, window and glasses area. Let's see the effect of dew. It occurs in winter season during morning hours and useful for the dry rabi crops like wheat, gram, etc. Foliar absorption in a dew is an important factor in survival of a natural vegetation in arid area or a dry area. Due to reduce transpiration losses of water and minimizes crop water requirement, due to formation of increases the humidity which increases the incidence of pest and a disease condition. Now let's see fog. Fog is a visible aerosol consisting tiny water droplets or ice crystals suspended in air at near the earth's surface. It can be considered as a type of a low-lying cloud. Fog commonly occurs in an early morning hour during the winter season. It is formed when air temperature near ground falls below dew point temperature, wind is calm and relative humidity and it is more than 75%. Let's see the effects of fog. Fog is prolonged in a foggy weather has an adverse effect on vegetables and causes the discoloration of leaves. It also increases the soil water availability and reduces physiological activities. Lastly, the frost. When the dew point is below 0 degrees centigrade, moisture passes directly from the gaseous to solid state, resulting in the formation of ice crystals called as a frost. It is mostly occurs in a valley region or the mountain region. And now, effects of frost. It also affects the pollination and seed setting in most crops. It may causes cracking of fruits, bad effects on quality of fruits. It causes freezing injury to plants by the extra cellular ice formation on the cellular and dehydration. I hope you may understood the basic concept of this chapter, weather and climate. We discussed the various element and their effect on crop growth. So we come up with the next part of same chapter in the next lecture. Till then, thank you.